Yay, I'm so happy you're doing this.
Anything for you, darling. Do I go down? This is Janae in the flesh. And what?
Sweet. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name?
Janae P.
And how old are you?
I am 26, about to be 27 August 4th. Right around the corner.
Alright, today. Who are you on a soul level?
On a soul level?
Yeah.
Soul level. I'm very kind. I think I'm a little bit judgmental at times, I would say. Sometimes I'm like, okay, wait, before I say judgmental, the reason why I said that is like, I look at people that are kind of similar to me and I judge them, but then I'll go home and then be like, I just judged myself, like if I'm looking in the mirror.
Spotted, you got it.
Yeah, so I'm like looking at you, I'm judging myself kind of most of the times, but other than that, I don't know, I think I'm free caring, kind of free-spirited person, I would say. I think I have lots of talents that I don't necessarily bring to the table. I mean, I have them, but I just kind of hide it away. I'm very sensitive, very sensitive. I don't know. I'm the best. Let's just say that I'm the best.
Okay. So I'm gonna get you to draw.
Okay.
And I want you to pick colors that represent you and your life and just things that you love. And then I just want you to like explain why you picked the colors that you picked.
Okay.
And you can draw like whatever you want. Don't feel stressed out about it. People are like, I can't draw. And I'm like, I'm not asking you to be Picasso right now. I just want you to.
I'm not asking for a Picasso.
Right. Just be free yourself.
Okay. These aren't the prettiest ones in the pack, but
It doesn't matter. What did you pick?
I picked black, green, blue, and orange.
Okay. Is there any reason for any of those colors?
Well, green I picked because it's my brother's favorite color, and I miss him dearly. It's hard for me to see him the way he is, Taylor, in prison. So I kind of avoid our relationship a little bit, which I feel really guilty about, actually.
Yeah.
Even just like writing letters to him, it's like hard for me to open one and like read it. And it's like,
When does he get out?
he has about, well, it's been 5 years. So he had 26, so 21 more years. Hopefully less. So, yeah. Remember, he had 26 years. Remember?
But I thought he only had to serve like 3
Well, but
or
like, I
something.
will tell you this. He actually did find what is it called? Like something within his paperwork that kind of messed that sentencing up. Like, cause he's been reading his stuff over and over and over again. So we might be able to take it to court to get it dismissed altogether. But if it doesn't, he'll just have to do another 13. But as of now, it's still 21 years.
I genuinely thought that they said 3 years.
No.
When I was in that courtroom.
No. Remember they were trying to give him 60 years, and then the state was trying to, girl, that was 26 years. Why do you think I flipped out? Yeah,
Oh
girl. He's still there. 21 more years to go. At Little Patuxent down the road. So.
It was probably just me being in denial. Like, no, they said 3.
Oh,
It's
he
fine.
said 3. It's fine. He'll be fine. He'll be home soon. No,
God, I cannot believe.
I wish. Trust me, I wish. But anyway, so green, because that's his favorite color. And I feel guilty about not some of the, like, I have, like, 20 letters that I haven't opened. I hold on to them in a folder, but just because I miss him. And if he ever sees this your marker. Blue for my mom. She's been throughout these 3 years that I've been in Miami, just money and support system. I don't really have that many friends there, so she came and visited me, and she always sends me godly quotes that I almost never want to read because you don't want to feel like you're being bombarded with religion.
Yeah.
But it just, on a bad day, it means a lot to me. Orange for me because I'm feeling peachy. And it's because I'm here and I'm realizing my worth, and it was a long road, but I'm happy that I got to this point, and I think that without black, which was what I just came from, wouldn't get me to this. So, yeah. My past, me, my family.
That's beautiful. Are you going to stay here?
I am not. I'm actually leaving back on July 22nd, but I'm actually planning on moving into my own place.
Okay.
So I'm
That's
excited.
good. At least you won't be in that
Yeah.
situation.
Oh, yeah. I left a long time ago. So just draw whatever?
Yeah, you can draw whatever, and I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay.
So the first question, what makes you the most upset? Like, what really pisses you off?
Like emotion-wise, like as in like...
Or just like, pet peeves, things that really get on your nerves.
You know what? Something that I really do need to work on is, I find myself getting very, like, irritated when people ask me, like, questions. Like, too many questions. Like, and I know that people are, like, just curious about, like, my life or, like, my lifestyle. I honestly, even before I moved to Miami, I kind of just was already, like, annoyed with people just, like, even sometimes when people are just too nice to me, I get, like, ugh. Like, I don't like being smothered. I think that's, like, a problem for me, though, because I'll end up feeling bad, and I know it's, like, with good intentions. It's just, I don't know. That's one of my pet peeves. Like, just, like, I don't like to be asked things. Like, I remember I came home, and it was, like, I came home maybe once, and, like, maybe 2 years ago, and I hung out with Jasmine and my friend Rachel, and I haven't seen Rachel in so long, so she's like, oh, like, how's Miami? What do you do there? She's like hitting me with the 21 questions, and I'm like, I just immediately got an attitude, and I was kind of like, okay, like, I don't really, like, I didn't come here to talk about it, like, it's just annoying for me, which I think it's a bad habit for me to do that, but other than that, I just think I don't like to beat around the bush. I don't necessarily think that irritates me, but what really irritates me? It would have to be that, like, I don't like to be smothered. I don't like for people to feel bad for me. I don't like to be emotional with other people. I think it makes me feel weak. And it makes me feel uncomfortable that people are, like, sad for me. I think that's what makes me feel a little bit of irritated. Yeah. I think that's what it is. But other than that, I don't think anything that really bothers me. I couldn't really think of anything else.
Okay. What makes
Besides my aunt. No, I'm kidding.
What makes you the most excited? Like, what excites you more than anything?
What excites me? I think I recently just got into poetry, and I write a lot of poems, and so anything that is, like, artistic, like, for instance, this type of thing, I think it's just it makes me feel some type of joy, like again, I'm a very shy person when it comes to being put on the spot. Like, you know, like growing up when people would be like, oh, Janae, sing. And like,
Yeah.
you know, like, oh my God.
I was just about to ask you if you still
oh
sing.
my God,
People would just be like, sing, Janae.
Yeah, no, they'd be like, she can sing, do it now. Like,
sing, puppet.
Yeah, puppet, like, literally. So, I don't know. I think for me, I feel so much more. I can sing, as you know, but it's like,
Right.
I found like a talent that I also have that I'm not scared to share. So like in Miami, they do spoken words at this place called Prohibition every Saturday. And so it's like open mic, and it's a really nice classy restaurant. It's candlelit, it's very jazzy. And I go there every Saturday, and I read a poem, and it's a big deal for me because
I think that's so awesome.
yeah,
I
it's
wish
a
I
lot of
could
fun.
see it.
You can when you come to Miami.
Yes.
So I think I don't know. I think that's what's currently giving me a lot of joy in my life, as well as my dog. So my dog in Miami. I never really had something that loved me unconditionally besides besides family and stuff like that. But
Right.
he definitely gave me another life. I will say he did a lot for me. And I know it sounds stupid, but my dog like literally saved me many a times from just being, crazy depressed. Like,
Yeah.
I've never really thought about hurting myself, but it came to a point where, dealing with all of that, just like, with the guy that I was with and everything like that, it just always leaving me alone and having me kind of just fend for myself, or just just work so hard because I wanted to be what I was supposed to be and have lived this certain lifestyle that I felt like I was trapped in. The dog just saved me. I honestly stayed around this long for the dog. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure many people can relate to that.
Yeah,
for sure.
the dog is the pets are everything. So they're definitely everything.
Explain to me what social media is to you. Like, what do you think about it?
Social media for me is a distraction. I think there's many good things you can get out of it. I think there's many motivational people that you can watch, and about your health and just to how to feel good about yourself or the things that you're doing. But I also do think that it's more so focused on just what you don't have, and it shows you things that you should want to be, but it's like people are just being Instagram models, and everyone's a makeup artist. And when we were growing up, our parents were like, oh, you're gonna go to school and you're gonna be a doctor, or you're gonna go to nursing, and this is how you're gonna become something. But social media put it as where you can literally be anyone at any time, be famous for anything. And I don't really even know what the definition of famous is on Instagram for me, because it's people will be like, oh, I'm Instagram famous, just because they have a lot of people that follow them, it doesn't necessarily mean you're famous. And why do you, I don't know. I think it's a brainwashing thing for me. I did delete my not my Snapchat, I deleted my Instagram I think I was off of Instagram for maybe a year and a half, and I felt so great, just not taking pictures of my food. And when you're not on your phone and you're say you're out at dinner, when you're not on your phone, I'm okay, so I don't have social media anymore, I'm on a dinner date, whatever. He's this the whole time, and I'm not on my phone, I'm looking around, and everyone's doing the same thing. They're all on their food, and it's we're texting each other the pictures of our food when we're sitting right across from each other, and who cares what you're eating? It's just it just becomes something to be noticed or to look like you're doing something. And they always say people never post when they're doing bad,
right?
And I feel social media should be something that is motivational more than something, it just like people envy people that they watch and they want to be like this person, but it's like maybe you wouldn't want to be like that if they post their real life. You know what I mean? It's like it's just show. So for me, like I feel like with social media, like if I had something to say in it, like I feel like everyone should post like their bad times, their good times, their in between times, their thought processes and things like that, instead of just posting when you get the newest Louis Vuitton shoes, or when you're on vacation. Like, we don't know what you did to get there. Like, where's the struggle? Like, I like to see more of that, but our generation's a little screwed. Just a little bit.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life?
The craziest thing I've ever seen. Oh man, I've seen so many. I don't even know how to define craziness. The craziest thing I've ever seen. God, I don't want to keep going back to my brother, but his wife turning him in for like $2,000, I think, cost him 26 years, and you got deported. So that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's definitely the craziest thing I've ever seen. You know what? I've been lucky not to run into too many psychos.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Come back to me on that one.
Okay. Do you have any weird habits, or just like habits that people are just like, you always do that?
I think I have a stress habit of like it hasn't been so much like recently, but when I'm very stressed, I like to pluck at myself. Like my hair is like anywhere I see a hair, like with tweezers, it's like it's like a compulsive stress thing for me. But other than that, if people notice, you know what? No one's ever really told me like I do snort a lot. I snort when I laugh a lot, and I almost did it just now. So, no. Okay, don't get that in camera. But people always say, oh my God, you always snort. When something's really funny to me, like us, I do snort. So that's like a habit for me, I guess.
Okay. What's the hardest conversation you've had to have?
Probably the recent one when I kind of was like, how could you do this to me with the baby and everything like that, because that was probably like one of my most heartbreaking situations. Like, again, like I said, like my life was like, if I could literally write an entire book about this thing, and it was just, for me to even still be standing here and being like super positive about, I named their kid, but I didn't know it was their kid.
Oh my God.
So it's kind of like, I think me just finding out everything and like standing in the home that I built, that I paid for, that I thought we were family, and that like even just it was almost so bad that I literally was afraid. When I saw the pictures, I felt like it was like goosebumps on, like I looked behind me like as if there was someone behind me. That's how scared I was to look around the house that I was in and like think of everything we did and what we had, and it was just, I really didn't know who I was with for 3 years. So just having that end conversation in Miami to close everything out, I think that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. That was really hard for me. I don't think I've ever been so upset. I don't think I've ever been, I literally like took a bunch of pills. Like, it was bad. Like I really did feel crazy. I felt crazy.
Yeah.
I hope no one would ever feel that way, because it was like the most scariest thing that I've ever done. And once I felt like that, I literally was like, oh my God, I have to go, because that's not how my mindset is. And I'm like, the fact that these people are gonna make me feel this way. It's just,
Yeah.
it's a very scary thing for me, and I felt like I wasn't myself, and I knew I wasn't, because it wasn't me to even stay in that situation that long, but I had so many feelings invested in them. It wasn't just him, it was them. And like I said, I was more in love with her than anything. So, I don't know. I think that was one of the hardest. Also, another hard moment in my life was Taylor going to prison. That was very shocking. It still hurts to this day, but I mean, it, you know, like I said, and just not talking to him, it makes it worse. I know he misses me, and I regret not being there for him, but, you know, time comes, we'll figure it out.
Can you give me his info when we leave?
Yeah.
Because I would love to write
He's
him.
literally, my mom's literally in the house, so
Okay.
you can go over there and say hi to my mom.
Yeah, I'd love to see your mom.
Yeah, you can get his stuff.
In a perfect world, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, if it could go exactly how you want it to go.
I see myself living somewhere with my mother in Florida, 5 years. My brother's home from prison. I hope to be doing something in media. I know I'm like shy to be singing, but I feel like it's time to break out of my shell.
Yeah.
So hopefully in that direction. I wanted to get back into school for journalism.
Okay.
Other than that, just like, you know, my mom living comfortably. I mean, she's getting older and she's still working.
Right.
I'd love to be living with my brother Silas and his children, and have my brother home and feeling comfortable after all this time in prison. I don't see myself having a family at this point, just because I was never really the type. Well, I mean, growing up, I was like, not like, oh my God, I want a white wedding dress and I want to do this and I want to do that. For me, it's like, I think if someone loves me and we're committed to each other, I think that's all I need. I don't really need the ring. I think that's just for show, to show. This is a token to say that I love you, but if you love me, I don't need that. So for marriage, for me, is like, I don't really mind not being married. And as far as kids go, I mean, you're going to have to be damn good to pop a seed in me. I'm just saying. I don't know, that's all I'm saying. You know, because and this is the other thing, because in dealing with the situation I just left from, having a pimp and everything like that, you know, it was more than just paying him for me. It was like, I thought this was my life. I thought this is how it would be for me for the rest of my days.
Oh my God.
Just having a, sharing a man that we both loved, and I loved her the same as we loved him. So, I just thought that always, and I thought maybe if I did have a child, it'd be in that situation. But other than that, well, of course, you guys watching this, be better than him, okay? Don't, but I don't know. Maybe I will adopt, maybe. I'm not opposed to that.
Right.
I think adoption's a beautiful thing. I think I would love to have a child and be with a child, and I worked with kids for many years. So, I don't know. I don't know. My future looks...
Oh my God, you did. I forgot how much you, love...
I love kids, girl.
Yeah.
So, I think, either way, I'd be happy in the future. Just anything that has to do with my family being with me is perfectly fine. Living on the beach, having a great career, hopefully opening a boutique, because I love to do it-yourself projects and things like that. Maybe do-it-yourself jewelries and anything under the sun, but I'm just being creative, and hopefully getting into singing would be nice.
I support it. I'm here for it.
Hey.
Are you happy?
I am happy. I think so. I think I forgot about the things that I should be happy for when everything was going down in shambles. Coming here made me realize that I have a lot to be happy for.
Yeah.
and I have a lot of support that when things get hard and we grow up and we expand and we go, our separate ways, but home is always home. And it reminds me that I have a lot to be thankful for, and yes, I'm very grateful. I think I am happy, and I wasn't for a long time. And I feel back to myself in just 3 weeks.
That's what happens when you come home.
That's all it takes, girl. and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that with me back home, so I won't forget it for sure.
What are you self-conscious about, if anything?
I will tell you, I was self-conscious about my weight because of the way I was living, but because I always had to, be a certain weight, and I always had to look great, and but as of now, I couldn't tell you. I don't feel self-conscious about anything right now. The fact that I'm even like stepping out there and trying to sing like publicly, I feel like this home trip for me just made me realize so much potential about myself, and just I can honestly wake up in the mirror and in the morning and think I'm great, and I don't feel oh my God, girl, I really can't think of nothing.
That's good. That's beautiful.
Is it good? Yes. Wait, no, because I don't want to sound like no, but honestly, I think, because I think
everyone should get to that point. Yeah. Where you just are like, this is me, and
and it's so hard to get to that point when you really feel like for me, I just felt like I wasn't, the people I was with were just like, oh, you're not doing enough, and oh, you need to go to the gym, like you're gaining weight, and like you're doing this. But I'm happy with my weight. I think I'm beautiful. I think I can gain a lot more pounds just to be on the healthy side, but I feel confident about my mind. I think I'm a great person at heart. I'm smart. I don't know. I think I don't really have anything that I don't have any doubts with myself right now.
Okay. Let's see. What don't you want to tell people but know you probably should share because it could help somebody else that has been in the same situation or that is in the same situation? Like, what kind of, you're like, I don't really want to say that, but like I wish I would have heard someone say that, and then I would have felt great.
I wish someone had told me not to put all of my eggs in one basket. I feel like I think relationship wise, I think all I can really like give advice on is like a relationship. I literally put everything I had into one situation and I got screwed. Money wise, I lost a home, I lost friendships, I lost my best friend because of the lifestyle I'm living. I lost many friends because of what I was doing, and because I decided to put everything into one situation, and because I thought it was what I wanted, and it was what I wanted at the time. And I want people, I think if I could give anyone advice, I would say just tread lightly. Think about yourself more, just love yourself more, and if you're thinking about if you want to make like a big life decision, especially if it's like with a man or a woman, I think you should make sure that you love yourself and you're completely aware of what you're doing before you just step out there, because to be hurt in the long run and because you didn't give your time to realize who you were before you went into that situation, you come out losing everything, and you never found yourself to begin with. So now you're retracking and retrying to find yourself. And I don't know, I think I would just say, just make sure that you love yourself first, and make sure that it's the right choice. I know that parents like to be like, are you sure, honey? And that might, we're grown and whatever. But I wish that someone did stop me, or at least sat me down and talked to me about just picking up and moving to Florida and, you know, just putting everything on the line pretty much because of love.
Right.
Which wasn't really love, and I was stubborn and I didn't want to hear anyone because I'm like, oh, well, I know he loves me and it's going to be like this and we're going to do this things and you don't know anything. I'm grown, and even though we're grown adults and we think we know, and we might know, but half the time, most of the time, it's not like that. And just keep your friends close and ask for opinions. You might not take them, but just still, it's best to have some type of, have something else floating around in your subconscious. Like, don't just think like this is it. Like, get someone else someone that cares about you, I would say. Just make sure that it's the right choice, and if that leads to you having to ask people that are close to you, then do it. Might not like what they hear, but it could help you. It could stop you. Could make you go. It could do a lot of things for you. It could open your eyes, and I wish that I would have reached out before I did that. But I learned my lesson either way. Might happen like that for some people, but it's always best to just, you know, look to your friends for advice.
For sure.
Good advice.
Last question. What do you have to say to the world, just in general? What do you want to say?
I have to say that I love Alana.
I love you too.
To the world, just feel beautiful. Just, you know, make your bad mistakes, learn from them. We're all human. We all do it. Feel beautiful in any situation. I mean, like, God made us different for a reason. If you're trying to be perfect, it's not going to happen, because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to be perfect. We were here to sin and to learn from our things, from our bad times. And, yeah, just love yourself and keep it G.
Yeah.
Keep it G.
Show everybody what you drew.
Okay. I drew a flower. And these are the birds that I'm Xing out that are flying away from my beautiful flower. See ya!
Can you sign it for me?
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome.
Oh wait, I'm dropping stuff. Okay.
It's okay.
I got it. Okay, this is Janae in the flesh. Peace, love, and hair grease, guys.